how to simplify life and be happy.
Yay! That's what we all really want, isn't it?
I think so. Well, I do. I like a simple life. I like a happy life.
Well, I think we all do, don't we? We
I
really
think
don't
so.
want an overcomplicated, chaotic existence, unless it's perhaps just for a very short period of time.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be chatting about in this week's episode of
Get Real with the English Sisters.
And of course, a simple life and a happy life relieves anxiety and stress, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Take a deep breath. I think
Deep
one
breath.
of the ways to simplify life is just to breathe. Breathe properly. How many of us don't breathe properly?
Yeah.
How many of us
It sounds
hold our
ridiculous,
breath in?
doesn't it? But it's a shallow breathing that can sort of, really make you feel anxious, can't it? And it's because when you are anxious, you will tend to have that kind of shallow breath that's sort of like very superficial, isn't it?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think the shallow breathing does just make everything seem so much more complicated than it really is. Because I don't think we get enough oxygen to our brain and our body.
Right, yeah. So, but if we want to think about it, so apart from being able to, sort of like take a deep breath every hour or so, I would recommend.
I would
throughout
recommend
the day.
becoming a bit more mindful about your breathing, and just stopping a minute just to take 3 deep breaths.
They've got those breathing apps now and everything with a little ball that you can
Yeah.
follow. They're actually quite good.
They're
They're
very
useful.
good. Yeah.
If you're going to be looking at your screen anyway, you might as well look at that and do a few exercises. Literally takes about 60 seconds, 90 seconds. And, follow that little ball or follow, the whole routine through of the deep breath in and then holding and then releasing it. It's like when you take your blood pressure, they do tell you, hang on a second, take it and then do the 3 deep breaths.
Whenever I do that always makes my blood pressure go higher.
Do you know what I'm thinking about? That's weird because my husband, last night, I said, take the 3 deep breaths and it made it higher. So I don't know about that.
I just know that if you just close your eyes and you breathe in and count to 7, then hold for 7 or 6, and then breathe out and count to 6, you'll feel a lot better. And just close your eyes and think about something that makes you feel good, whether it's the ocean, waves, or the
smell
sea
of freshly cut grass, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, a cup of hot coffee and watching the steam come off it, or your favourite drink.
Yeah.
Having a laugh with your friends. Just do that while you're thinking about the breathing. Breathe in for 6, hold for 6 and out for 6. You'll feel a lot better.
You will,
So
definitely.
I think that's because I do think that happiness is an inside job. You can't get happiness from any one thing in particular. It's a feeling, isn't it? It's how serene and comfortable and
You
at ease
are right.
you are.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely an inside job. Yeah, because you could be in the best place. It's supposed to be the happiest place in the world, where everyone else is having great fun, and it's supposed to be, but you're just not. You're not feeling it. So it definitely is inside.
Yeah.
It's
So
You're right about
I
that.
think also another thing how to simplify your life is learn to say no. It's such a given, isn't it?
It is.
But how many of us actually do it? How many of us say no to those toxic relationships, those toxic colleagues or friendships that we have that just make us feel worse?
Oh gosh, all right.
I
Yeah,
know, it's
definitely.
so hard to do.
You've
isn't
got
it?
to say no. I mean, like, do you want to come out in the evening and have a drink with me? And you're going to be finishing work, and then you're in a bit of a rush, and then you want to get home because you want to do things that are going to make you feel good, but then you feel sorry for that person. You think, yeah, sure, all right. And you end up going with them, for a drink or for a coffee, whatever it is, and then you're like, you probably didn't want to do it in the first place.
No.
So it doesn't make you feel good, and you might have even had to pay for something you didn't want to pay for. You might be drinking something you did not want to drink, and you do all of this.
Yeah.
Why do you do it? Obligations, social obligations. You think it's the right thing to do. You can get out of these things. You can be really nice and give them a really lovely smile and say, you know what, I really can't do this, at this moment, because I've got to get back. I want to spend time with my family because it makes me feel, calm, and whatever. You can invent something.
They say
You
that
can
you don't
invent
need
it.
to invent, don't they? They say you should just be able to say no, but it is very difficult sometimes. So if you have like a polite excuse, I
You
don't
can't
think there's
just
anything
say-
wrong with it.
No, you can't just say no. Come on.
Well,
I'm
people
talking
are
about...
always saying that you have to be assertive and say, no, I really need time for myself today.
Yeah, that takes courage, though, saying that.
takes
I just
courage.
really want to go home and put my PJs on.
Yeah.
Some people, I've said that before, and people really appreciate it.
And then they say, yeah, I want to do the same actually.
Yeah, I have said that, but obviously it depends what context. We know,
We know sometimes it can appear rude, or sometimes you can't.
you
actually
can't.
say no.
It's
You have to
like
be diplomatic.
somebody that's above you
Yeah.
in your job or whatever, and you think,
But what you were just saying before about, financially as well, you might not have wanted to go out.
Exactly.
But
It
apart from
causes
health
stress,
reasons,
yes.
financially, it might be a financial burden on you. And when you're simplifying your life, that's what you also have to think about, is simplifying your finances.
Yes.
So because finances, if they're very complex or you're spending too much, can cause so much stress and anxiety to you.
Yeah.
That if you simplify and you just say, no, okay, I've got enough money to go out, say once a week or 0 a week, whatever it is, you have to think, I'm going to prioritize that. And no, actually, I don't want to go out and spend all this money with you because I want to be able to spend that, whatever amount it is, at the weekend with my partner or with my family.
exactly, if I'm going to be
So
spending
to
like...
simplify things.
Yeah, €50, £50 or whatever now with you at the pub.
Yeah.
Because like in England, it's quite traditional to do those kind of things, or go out for an aperitif, or here in Italy, where in the end you're going to be spending 35, 40 euros, whatever the currency is. That might have been your saved amount that you were planning to spend this weekend, and then that's going to make you feel bad as well. So you're not simplifying your life in that way.
You're complicating it.
You are complicating your financial life as well. And finances are, like what you say, a gigantic part of being able to simplify life.
And being happy.
And being happy, yes.
Because if you have a financial burden, it's actually quite difficult to be happy.
Yeah.
It's much more of a struggle if you feel that you haven't got your finances under control and that you're not, you may have debt, but if you've got that debt under control and you're paying it off every month, you can feel serene.
Yes.
Because we all have some kind of debt anyway.
Yeah.
But if you know it's under control, you're going to be feeling a lot calmer and it's going to make your life a lot more simple. But if you are overspending or doing things that you really don't get pleasure from and just doing it because it's like the
Or they're
socially
impulsive.
acceptable.
Yes,
exactly.
They're impulsive. You might actually get pleasure from them.
Yeah.
You think, sure, I'd love to go out for a drink with you. Hey, come on, I'll go out for a drink. But then afterwards, that's going to cause you anxiety, or might cause, a situation at home that might lead into like some kind of a fight. So that your relationship's not going to suffer from that.
Yeah.
Because you might have someone at home that was waiting for you and
Or
thinking,
saying, why are you overspending?
Yeah,
when
why did you
we
just...
had that for the weekend.
Exactly, and why do that? There are things you can do to simplify your life. You can carry a water bottle around instead of having to buy water all the time and always thinking you're thirsty, for example. Bring your packed lunch.
Yeah.
You can take that instead of, getting to the last moment when you're starving and buying.
Now that you're saying about packed lunch, I had
Things like that,
Sometimes when you have a very complicated life, you feel as if you can't make a packed lunch because you've got so much on, and your mental load is so so strong and so heavy
That you
that you
can't.
say, oh no, that
I
that
did
would
that the
kill
other
me.
day. I
That would
did that
kill
the
me
other
to be
day.
able to make my packed lunch.
Yeah.
I just can't do that now.
I can't handle
So
it.
you did it the other day.
I did
Well, there
it the
you
other
go.
day, but it made it even worse
It
because
does
what
make it
happened is that
worse.
I didn't have any food. I
And
got
you were
really
starving.
hungry. I went to this coffee shop. I had a pastry, and then that was okay for a couple of hours, but then the day was long until it was like till 7 p.m. And I got starving again, so I went to this other place to try and find some food, and we ordered this food, me and my husband, and it was disgusting. There was hair in it. I know, it was horrible.
No,
It was
that's
one of those, like,
disgusting.
those restaurants where you just get the tray and you walk along. Yeah, there was a hair in it. So it was the whole experience. I thought, God, never again will I do that.
No, one thing is if
Simplify.
it's your own hair when you're preparing your own packed lunch. And
Look,
when
my
it's someone
husband
else's
was
hair.
trying to justify saying it's your hair. I go, look, it's long and it's black. My hair is curly and it's brown. It's a different. I'm sorry, darling. That's not my hair. So anyway,
He's trying to feel
he was trying to, because he wanted to eat it.
poor thing.
In the end, we had to leave it. We ended up spending all that, it wasn't much money, but hey, it was like 30 euros.
It's much more. Hey?
That was for something disgusting. And I thought, God, I should have just grabbed a can of
tuna.
Yeah, tuna or that. What's that other fish that we like now that's healthy for you?
Mackerel.
Mackerel or something. I didn't feel as if I wanted to do that.
No, so that's another point. If you have got a cluttered life and you want to simplify, another thing is to like stock up. So buy things like cans of tuna or mackerel in
Stuff that you like, yeah.
Stuff that you know is healthy and good for you, and have it that you can just take it. So you can always just pop one of those in your bag when you're leaving for work.
Yeah.
And then you've got that you can eat afterwards. So
it's not much fun because the reason why I didn't take it is because I didn't have any salad or anything. So I thought, where am I going to eat this?
Eat that. You can still pour that on a plate and eat it as a little snack. Yeah. And if you had a little bit of bread to go with it.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Soup.
No, I didn't have the plate.
You had a little bit of bread and
I would have had
tomatoes.
to open it at home, stuff it in a little Tupperware.
The thing for there is because you have a place at work where you can do that. You have to take little plates and that and keep them there.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah,
exactly.
The place of work, I couldn't do it because we had the workers up there. That's the only reason.
Yeah, well, that was an unusual situation. But in general, you can do things. You can get organised. Even if you feel as if you can't.
It's a tip to simplifying your life.
3 deep breaths and meal prep, so you've got the stuff that you're going to need for your lunches. And even sometimes it doesn't have to be awkward stuff that's really difficult to make on the day or whatever.
No.
It can just be easy.
Simple stuff.
It can just be your leftovers that you had from the day.
Honestly, it
before
would have
as
been
well.
better if we'd just gone to a supermarket and bought one of those
bought some
salads
hams.
know, those ready-made salads that you can just open and eat.
That would have been better, yeah.
100%
And you would have probably
better.
got your toilet paper and other stuff that you would have been able to have for home
Exactly.
instead of going to
Yeah.
that. But the thing is that when you're tired, you don't feel like going to a supermarket and looking for stuff.
I know. I thought, no, I'm too tired.
Yeah, you want to sit down and get served.
It's
That's the problem. But that is the key to simplifying your life and being happier.
Sometimes it's doing things
In advance.
It's
preparing.
like you put the washing machine on at night so that in the morning you can hang your clothes out so that the next day they'll be dry and clean and you've got them for work. Otherwise,
Another tip is to prepare what you need for work, what you're going to wear the day before, and just hang it out so that you've got it ready, so you don't have to be rushing around looking for your clothes. And
well, especially if it's something important, like you've got something that you
but
want.
even if it isn't anything important.
I agree. Even if it's just jeans, as long you've
if
got
you're
them, they're
rushing
clean
out
and
in
they're
the morning,
ready.
you have to put them on and you know where they are and you don't have to be fumbling around.
I know, that makes it so much easier.
I was also thinking about things like bills as well. Simplify your bills. Put them on auto. What's it called? So they pay straight off.
Yeah.
Things like that, and also reduce your bills. because we have so much clutter in bills. We've got so many subscriptions we're not even using, half of us.
Oh, right. Oh, I see what you mean by that. Yeah, things that are just like, you've got your
You've forgotten to cancel
forgotten
something,
to
you're
cancel.
paying for it, you're not watching a service, a TV service or something that you're using. So simplify that as well. That'll make you a lot happier.
Well, that's definitely made my life easier now. Ever since I take my meals with me to work most of the time, except for one day, and sort of getting organised there, taking my own water. I know that might sound silly, but
Oh, it's not silly.
because I'm thirsty all the time and I'm having to go off and buy water. I find that, it could...
It's not silly.
Yeah. And, and making sure that the washing's always done in the evening. I put that on in, it's, there are simple tips like that.
Yeah, and then I think as well is like enjoying those simple pleasures. So like if you enjoy having a cup of coffee at your favourite coffee shop,
Definitely.
Go for it and enjoy it
definitely
and love
worth
it.
it,
And,
yeah.
pay for that, whatever it is. And it's going to cost you more than making it yourself or putting it in a flask. But if that's what's giving you great pleasure in that moment, do it. Do
Yeah,
that, 'cause
definitely, definitely.
that will make
You
your life...
you budget for that, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
make your life a lot happier and simpler as well.
Well, yeah, I don't know about simpler, but definitely.
You don't have to go and prepare the coffee in the morning. But if you're one of those people that takes great pleasure in preparing your flask, go for it and take it with you.
Definitely. So you want to simplify things. You want to, simplify your finances, simplify your meals,
Your friendships.
and make sure that you're getting good, healthy food into your body. Friendships as well, prioritize.
Yeah.
You've got one life and you're thinking, do I want to spend 2 hours with this person? But sometimes you think you don't and then you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So what, we
You
don't
have to
want...
be careful with that one.
You have to be careful. Yeah, you're right.
But I think you have to do sort
Otherwise
of...
you could
have
say
to do
no.
a little survey and say, the last 10 times I saw that person, did it make me
Exactly.
feel good? Did I get something from
Yes,
them?
that's correct.
But if it's always no, and I felt terrible and awful afterwards, well, yeah, just start weaning yourself off.
Brava. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, the last time, give it like a proper... do a little study on it, a proper thing, not just saying, no, I can't be bothered. Well,
Or not if the poor person is going through a rough time and they're really overburdened and you're like their support. Don't just abandon them, poor things.
No, definitely.
But you can
not.
also compromise if they want to go out and chat over coffee, say, and not coffee, say over drinks in the evening, and it's going to cost you 50 quid. Saying, look, why don't you come over to mine, and while you're there, we'll have a cup of tea, and then at the same time you can start putting your dinner on or whatever for the evening.
Yes.
And you can still offer comfort, but it's not like weighing you down.
Yes, yeah. Totally.
Because you're still getting your stuff that you wanted to do done. You're not spending any extra money, and you're simplifying
Or like,
your own life.
like what you do with your daughter. Like she's in London, you're in Italy. You both walk on the treadmill together.
Yeah.
So you're getting your exercise in. She's getting her I think she walks home from
She
work.
walks home, yeah.
But you're like, that's a kind of a way of simplifying your life, because otherwise you would have to just be sitting down and chatting with her, because sometimes you love chatting to her. But
no, I could be doing other things as well. But I mean, I could be like making my dinner if I wanted to, or doing things.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good way of me getting my exercise in, where I would maybe be lazy about it. But I know that she's walking, and so I think, oh yeah, I'll walk as well.
Yeah, so you're kind of simplifying that part of your, your gym routine, aren't you? Yeah, definitely.
Well, killing two birds with one stone, as they say in England.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting my gym done, and also
Life
talking
is
to my
already
daughter.
complicated enough as it is. That's the thing, isn't it? There are things that happen to us that are unexpected. There's so many, it's so, you don't really know, do you? We're in a constant state of really not knowing what's going to occur to us and what's going to happen. And there is uncertainty, so that if we can simplify those kind of easy, basic things, I think it can be really, really helpful.
I think so.
To simplify them into, and
Remember to breathe.
Yeah, remember to breathe. Sounds ridiculous, but
I know.
it's one of those things that you tend to forget how easy it is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just take a walk as well. That's a good one always to help you think.
Go outside for a
Straight.
few moments, yeah. They actually say that being in large spaces outside sort of opens up your thoughts. That's why it's actually good to be outdoors, because it like
Yeah,
opens
and I think that's
up.
why it's good to declutter your home as well, so you haven't got too much stuff around.
Gosh, yeah, look at the stuff I've got in here. This is a room where we
That's
record.
your husband.
It's not my stuff though. Yeah, no. I'm good about decluttering my stuff. He's like a hoarder with his stamps and stuff. Goodness me. If you saw what was in here, you'd be like thinking, gosh, it's like packed on the shelves.
But at least it's all on the shelves, most of it.
Most of it, yeah, because I don't let him have boxes
Yeah,
with it on the
otherwise he would
floor.
have it on the floor.
He'd just stock them up. Gosh.
Anyway,
yeah.
let us know what you think. Do you find it, if you live a more simple life with the simple pleasures, it's easier? I think most of us would.
Yeah, if you've got any tips on how
Yeah.
to simplify your life.
Yeah, let us
And
know.
that could be from, anything, basic things, it's just really simple things. We'd love to know.
We would. So let us know in the comments or send us a text. And come and see the video on YouTube too. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is growing. Lots of love and
Yay.
smiles from the
English sisters.
Bye for
Bye.
now. Bye-bye.